going on, guys? Happy Shark Week. It's been a while since I've done a shark movie review. I think the last one I did was 2020 for my roasting of Deep Blue Sea. Really fun movie from the
It's a
90s.
great movie.
I know it is. It's a bad movie, but it's
Yep.
it's great. It's great. I love it. So I reviewed Jaws on this channel, and I reviewed Jaws 2. So I figured I'd continue that great tradition by talking about this piece of shit. And that is Jaws 3, or depending on what version of the movie you're watching, Jaws 3D. Have you seen this before?
I'm sorry, but just the fact that it's like the 3D was such a attempt to
Yeah.
be
Well, it
something.
was. I think the 3D was such a new thing at the time. Because this is what 1983. This came out.
Yeah, but there had been 3D in the past, but this was they definitely the problem I think right off the bat with this movie is when you don't watch it in 3D, it has that 3D movie problem where there's shots specifically made for 3D that
Exactly, like the fish head at the beginning, or
the
the
fish head
arm with the bones sticking out.
or the even like the moment when Dennis Quaid has like the harpoon gun and he shoots and the harpoon's like
Dude, even when the shark just comes like crashing through like the glass at the end.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that would have looked good in 3D anyways. but um but yeah,
Uh,
no, I mean, I flirted with doing a roasting of this movie. I was like, this is gonna be the next roasting movies episode. We're gonna roast Jaws 3, and then I'll get you Jaws the Revenge very soon. But no, this was just bad. It was bad. Jaws 3 for me, I think the idea is good, like a shark loose at SeaWorld. Like you
yeah, that's a fun concept.
yeah, you could do a lot with a fun concept like that. It's just the execution is complete shit.
Yeah, it's did you have this problem when I was watching it? So I rented it on Amazon Prime because good God,
Oh,
I don't own this movie, so I rented it.
sadly, I do because I have the
And
collection.
and for some reason, especially early on in the movie, I was getting like a headache watching this movie. Like the like sides and like kind of the background
Yes,
were
yes,
blurry.
it would become blurry.
Yes, it was
Yes,
driving me
yes,
crazy.
that was
I
in
was
my notes. That was in my notes.
it was driving me crazy. I literally told my wife because I was watching it while she was at work. When she came home, I was
Yeah,
still watching it. And I was like, "It's literally giving me a headache." And she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, it's that bad." And I'm like,
The only
"No, it's
thing
not even that it's bad. It's literally giving me a
the
headache."
only things that are in focus are like the people, like what's in the center of the screen, and
The
then
dead
everything
center.
off to the side is out of focus. I was like, I remember seeing that. I was just like, what the hell is going on? Also, a scene that wasn't in 3D when they're in like the submersible, like underwater. Did you notice that part of the bottom of the submersible gave out because it was the green screen?
I didn't notice.
Yeah, I noticed that. I know I had to rewind it. I was like, what the fuck was this?
I'm not surprised. It's just like this movie feels so like you can tell it didn't have a great director or like great
Oh,
production.
which
Like
is funny because the director of this movie has been trying to do revival screenings of it.
I like, like, like it could have been a fun, stupid movie, and instead it's just like a bad movie that's not that fun to watch.
Right, right. Yeah. I think a big reason why I had a hard time getting into this movie too is it's like there's no hook, like the shark doesn't the biggest thing that the shark, who I'm just gonna call Jaws 3 in this because it's a third shark, so might as well just call him Jaws. Like the only thing he does in the beginning is bite that fish head. There's no shark attack, and everybody he attacks for like the first 30 minutes or so is just background characters. Like
Yeah, yeah, just some worker closing the gate, and like, but like the the thing they do is it's funny because I was watching it and I had never seen this movie before.
I mean, this was my
I'd always
first
kind
viewing of it, and it might be my last.
yeah, I love the first Jaws so much. It's a phenomenal movie, and then the sequels to me,
Two, I
especially
don't.
now.
Two, I don't mind. Two's not good, but it's not bad for me.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of 2, and then this one is not good, and I've heard awful stuff for years about 4, so I'm like,
Hey,
that's gotta
hey,
be
Four's got Michael Caine, okay?
this had Dennis Quaid, all right, the mom from
Dude,
Back to the
well,
Future.
dude, that's another thing too. It kind of has like that Grindelwald effect for me, where it's Mike Brody in every Jaws movie is played by somebody different. So it's like, why should I care about the Brody kids?
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I didn't realize he was different from 1 and 2, but yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. Like, why should I
Um,
care about them? Like, I like, and he has a different occupation every time.
hey, people change careers. Um, yeah, it does the twist from well, I should say, the Meg ripped off the twist of this movie, alright, where they go, "There's a second shark halfway through the movie. The bite marks don't match. It's the mother shark. Oh shit, there she is."
Dude, did you notice the animatronics on this shark too were horrible?
Yeah, like the animatronics on Bruce in the first one aren't great, but Steven Spielberg was a genius at hiding it.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. That's what made Jaws such a genius movie. Is like everything in production went to shit. So it's like they couldn't show the shark.
Yeah,
But
we
that's what
can't
made
show this thing.
Jaws so good.
The shark literally doesn't work, so it turned out being for the best.
Yeah.
But the animatronic just looked terrible, and they just kept showing it.
Well, the funniest thing is it's, even when it's an animatronic, like the shark doesn't look like it's that big. First of all,
No.
and then second of all, you have like scenes where you can see the animatronics of like the front of it, and it's like its mouth is like yeah, like doing that, and then I think it's towards the end. Like I think it might be right before he pushes into the really great 3D effect glass thing that shatters. But
Yeah,
that GIF that you posted on Twitter, um,
it's pronounced GIF.
hey, I could say it however I want. Um, yeah, it's either right after that or right before that where he gets stuck and you just see like the tail like kind of going back and forth. I'm like, what is this?
I think I especially didn't like about this movie, and I had this problem with the second one too. I remember is the characters, the human characters, all suck.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so it's like you don't really like that. That's what you need to care about the shark attacking them.
Yeah,
But like Dennis Quaid's girlfriend, the friend,
the
and
mother from Back to the
the
Future.
mother from Back to the Future, the shark hunter guy who wanted to film everything on TV. Like I'm like, no, the manager. Like none of you
Yeah,
are
dude.
interesting.
All this movie was discount Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park came out 10 years after.
Like it was just disappointing because I at least wanted it to be stupid fun, and it was
Yeah,
just
that's what I was hoping because I was like, all right, if I can at least like make fun of this movie, that's what I
yeah,
want. Like, I feel like if I watch Jaws: The Revenge, I'll probably be like, yeah, that's like the stupid like badness that I wanted. Like, that's what I wanted from this one, and it
uh,
just wasn't that because, like I said, I flirted with doing a roasting of this movie, and it just after watching it, it just wasn't viable. You know, it was just
yeah,
bad. It was bad.
yes, it wasn't. I expected it to be more of like I could just turn my brain off and at least be
Right.
entertained by how dumb it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that, unfortunately. Oh, dude, and then like, what was up with everybody? Like, I mean, not to be like prejudiced or anything, but what was up with like everybody wearing cowboy hats in this movie? Did everybody think they were a cowboy?
Yeah, probably.
Like that Fitzroy guy, he's like, I'm gonna come into SeaWorld. Wow. I'm like, okay, enough. Stop.
Listen, I'm surprised SeaWorld allowed this movie to happen.
Yeah, I kind of am too.
I feel like they would have been like, "This is terrible publicity. It makes us seem like we're gonna let a great white shark
Especially in the 80s,
kill
dude, like
everyone."
amusement parks like that, kind of like, were like notorious for malfunctioning.
Yeah, like, I'm just surprised they didn't have to like call it something else.
Yeah, 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 that is kind of weird,
Yeah,
actually.
like I expected like a fake like sea park, water park, like
Sea Galaxy,
yeah, Ocean World or something. Like
yeah.
that, but they're just like, "Oh, it's Sea World." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, it's Sea World."
Watertown. Oh
But
wait, no,
dude, this
Water
movie
World.
this movie suffered so much from like the characters. It's one of those things where I constantly in horror movies, the characters make stupid decisions that then so but like, oh, we're gonna argue about this shark has killed like at this point one or two people, and they're like, no, let's not kill it. Let's contain it, and we'll have it here as an attraction to save the park. And I'm like,
God,
it
man.
just killed two people. We have to take it out. It's a liability issue. Like this
Yeah,
is like,
I'll admit this movie was a struggle to get through. I think it's an hour and 40 minutes, and I think I fell asleep 7 times.
yeah, it's pretty boring.
Yeah,
And I think
I'm
that's
like,
because the characters
I'm
is
like,
not
nothing's happening. Like, where are the
no.
shark attacks?
Like Jaws 1, there's not that many like shark Action,
No,
I mean, shark
but
action till towards the end,
that
but
movie kept the tension up though
yeah,
for the entire runtime.
yep. And you actually cared about the people, like you cared
Right.
about Brody, you cared about Dreyfus, you cared about uh,
Robert Shaw.
yeah, Robert Shaw. Um, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah. The sequels, like for me, I mean, I've only seen the second one once and this one once. I haven't seen the fourth one. It's gonna be
I hope they don't make like more Jaws sequels. I don't, like
Oh,
Jaws
wait.
5.
You haven't heard of Cruel Jaws?
Yeah,
No. Which is like not made like professionally, but people deem it like Jaws 5, even though it's
yeah,
technically not. Yeah.
gotcha.
So, yep. Yeah. Cruel Jaws. Yep. No, I mean, I feel like if Universal is smart, I feel like they're like, we shouldn't touch Jaws anymore. Is
My
that just
dog's my dog's barking at my cat.
it's a shark, he's barking. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, if Universal's smart, they will leave this property alone as they have for the past, what is it, 2022? Last one was 1987. So
Long time.
35 years they've
Yeah.
left it alone. So just leave it be. Actually, erase these sequels from existence.
Yeah, I mean the first one's a classic, but like I mean of everything I've seen of the sequels and then heard about the fourth one, they should never have made sequels. Like Jaws didn't need sequels.
No, no. And it was only because it was like deemed the first blockbuster.
Yeah, it was a big success. They wanted to make money, but
Let's see. Do I have anything else we can talk about with this piece of shit? Oh yeah, the music's too happy.
yeah, there's just the lack of tension was very.
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder if we watched it with 3D glasses on, if it would have just been miraculously way better.
I've actually heard it's pretty good in 3D.
Really? God damn.
Yeah, because I mean, like that's the thing. Like the Blu-ray that they released in like the collection that for some reason doesn't have Jaws 1. It's just the sequels. Yeah, I know, weird, right?
Yeah, that's stupid. It's like saying, "Don't buy this" on the cover.
um, yeah, no, it's billed as Jaws 3, but when it was released, it was Jaws 3D, and there are Blu-ray versions of it that are in 3D.
Like Spy Kids 3D Game Over,
Oh yeah,
which is wonderful if you watch it in 3D.
Oh, I know, dude. Oh, dude, I used to watch that all the time in 3D.
Yeah, what a film, cinema.
What a picture. But yeah, that's our review of Jaws 3. F.
Oh yeah, big time, big time.
Me too. Yep. Yeah, I'm going an F, maybe an F minus on that. Where can they find you, Pat?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at this Pat guy. And you can, if you're into anime, movies, and TV shows, I've started a YouTube channel, Agamotto, AGA
You
Motto.
finally get it up and running?
I finally got up and running. By one of my videos has almost 10,000 views all of a sudden. And like people I've just been talking so far. It's just about anime, but we're gonna get more into other stuff later. But it's a
Why
big
didn't you tell me it got up and running?
I was just kind of slowly starting, and then it suddenly blew up a couple days ago.
And why can't I find it? The algorithm?
Let me see. I'll send you a link.
Okay, cool. All right, you can find me in my official website, alexmaddenmovies.com. You can find me at my official website, alexmaddenmovies.mystrikingly.com. All my social media links are there. I may have one more Shark Week movie. I'm not 100% sure yet. And it might be Jaws the Revenge, just to get it out.
Oh God.
Just to get it out of the way. But yeah, you guys are the best. Thank you for watching. I'm Alex. That's Pat. We'll see you at the movies somewhere.